Alright, so I'm a little embarrassed to even show this, but this is pretty much like the state of a lot of my makeup. It literally is just sitting in boxes on the floor. And then I have a bunch of palettes over here, like literally just a stack of palettes. Okay, look at that. What is going on, right? Believe it or not, this is a lot better than the general condition of my apartment just a couple of days ago. I have been going like full hardcore with cleaning out my apartment. So we're gonna do the makeup today, obviously, but I've actually just gotten rid of like, I would say in total 4 huge bags of clothes. Listen, I am done with this cluttered, overwhelming life, okay? Having like my objects own me, basically. We're not carrying that energy into 2023. So yeah, anyway, I have all of this and then pretty much just the top shelf of this little bookcase here. Again, just stacks on stacks of palettes with no organization or rhyme or reason. Up here too, on top of my microwave, yes. And then here in these bags down here, this is actually like a larger part of the problem than the makeup itself almost. So this is filled up with like all the empty boxes and like cases, the outer packaging essentially of my makeup purchases pretty much throughout the entire year of 2022, possibly even earlier than that. Because as a YouTuber specifically, like especially if the outer packaging is really nice or special, or if it's different from the actual makeup compact inside, I want to hold on to it, you know, because I feel like it's part of the whole experience, and I want to be able to show you guys as much as possible of the entire, you know, unboxing experience. Also, it's nice to have, especially if it's like a pricey item that I find myself wanting to declutter by way of selling on Mercari later down the line. So that is kind of like a valid reason to keep the boxes of some palettes, especially ones that I'm like on the fence about. But I'm trying to really move away from that reasoning, because if you think about it, like it really doesn't make sense. When I make the decision to purchase something in the first place, I shouldn't like already be preparing to resell it without even getting proper use out of that item. It's like poverty consciousness almost, you know what I mean? When I purchase something, I should purchase it with my entire chest, basically. Like for example, this Pat McGrath Celestial Nirvana Mothership palette. There is really no reason for me to hold on to this box because one, it's the exact same design as the palette itself, so I'm not missing out. And then number two, as you can probably tell from my recent videos where I reviewed this palette, it was pretty much love at first sight with this palette. Like I'm head over heels about it, so I really shouldn't be holding on to any thought that, oh, I'm gonna sell it someday, so I should keep the box, right? And plus, even if I do eventually sell it or pass it on to someone else for whatever reason, I don't need the box to do that. Anyway, but I'm gonna get to these later. Let me first I'm gonna turn my attention back to this corner right here with all the boxes on the floor. We're just gonna dig in. I'm gonna grab each box and try to speed through it as quickly as possible, and I'm gonna try to be as ruthless as possible because I'm serious about not bringing clutter into 2023. This is literally an Odin's Eye box with the cover cut off. If you are a box in my house, just know that you will get filled with makeup at some point. Like that's just the natural order of things in this household. So let me see, I have a bunch of these Ultra Snap HD Revlon nail polishes. I'm wearing this one right now, actually, the brown one. This formula is really good, actually. It chips really easily though, so if you want it to last, your best bet is to go in with a top coat after applying, which I didn't do this time, and that's why my nails are already chipping on the tip. But I do like this formula, and I like just the no frills, like straight, what do you call it? Non-glittery, just straight plain colors that they have. I don't know about these two though, because like they're cute in the bottle, but they're not exactly flattering against my skin tone, if I'm completely honest. But you know what, I've decided I am going to keep all the nail polishes that I have right now, because this is it right here, okay? These are the nail polishes that I have in my collection right now, and I am taking a break from gel nails. I don't know for how long. I'm not like committing myself to anything, but as of this moment, I don't feel the need or the urge to get gel nails. So I'm gonna paint my nails the old-fashioned way with my collection that I have right now, and yeah, that'll be that. This is so old. This is a Majolica nail polish. It was like a limited edition color. I don't know if it's even potent anymore, but I keep it from memories because it was like my first nail polish that I bought when I first moved to Japan. So yeah. Okay, let me see. Is there anything that I would get rid of in this box? I got this on sale at Marshall's when I was visiting the States in March of last year. I literally never wear this, but my mom got this for me, so I have to keep it. Okay, I am gonna get rid of this though. Shiseido Spots Cover Foundation. It's like almost full though, I feel like. But no, I have to get rid of it, because see, look, this doesn't even... It's like so cakey and thick, and it does not even match my skin tone, okay? I have a concealer that I actually use quite often, and it's from Tier. So yeah, getting rid of this. Keeping all the nail polishes. This Can Make Luminous Luna Pact. I honestly don't see myself reaching for this very often, even though I did give it like a favorable review. But I've had it for such a short amount of time though, I don't want to get rid of it just yet. So far we only have one item. This is harder than I thought it would be. I'm also conflicted about these MAC Sakura face products. This blush is nothing special, nothing to write home about, but I do like the color. I am kind of on a cream / liquid blush kick these days, so I'm sure I can get use out of that. This one is a little bit... yeah, I'm a little bit conflicted on. Obviously, it's like super cute. I love the Sakura embossing, but this highlighter is so like flaky though. It just flies everywhere. Like, I'm swatching it on my hand right now, so you can't really see, but when I go to apply this on my face with the brush, the powder flies everywhere, and it's just... I don't know, like, it doesn't come off as cute on the skin as it does in the pan. And plus, you can't even see it because there's no clear window. But I don't know, it's so special, I feel like I have to keep it. So far, we have one item that I'm decluttering. God damn it. I'm gonna be more ruthless with the other boxes and stacks though. Don't you worry, because we are just getting started. Alright, so next box, I have the Odin's Eye. All of the Odin's Eye blushes and highlighters from their Soul Mane 2 collection. I have this Seche Vite top coat, which I'm gonna put with the rest of my nail polishes. This blush my cousin gave to me a while ago. This is a Hello Kitty and Judy doll collaboration, which is a Chinese brand, and it says British Museum, so I don't know if it's like Hello Kitty dressed in some historical outfit, probably. Oh, that's interesting. This is not even Hello Kitty in the motif, but it is super pretty. I haven't been able to touch it yet. I do want to do a video of like a full face of Chinese brands, because I have a handful of Chinese cosmetics now. I feel like there's a lot of Chinese brands coming out with good stuff lately, and I haven't really been able to dip my toe that much in that area. These are Cleonod highlighters from their Dragon Fruit collection, definitely keeping these. I have a bone to pick with Cleonod pertaining to their eyeshadows in particular that I might address in a future video. Basically, they irritate my eyes. I have the Kogan Do Aqua Foundation, which is literally, I don't know if you can see, only used up to here because I haven't been wearing foundation mostly. The most I do is, these days, I pretty much just use a skin base and some concealer. I spot conceal in some areas and then just leave it at that. I don't really see the need for a full face of foundation these days, but I'm gonna keep this because this is like my one nice foundation. I have another one from Revlon. Sorry, not Revlon, Rimmel. This is the Lasting Finish 25-hour Hydration Boost Foundation. I think I can get rid of this one. Yeah, it kind of smells... well, it doesn't smell bad. I feel like it always had this weird soapy smell, but the shade looks a little too dark anyway. This smells like straight up soap. I wonder if anyone else has ever had that complaint about this foundation. So, alright, we're tossing this. Alright, so here are a bunch of lip products. I don't think I'm gonna get rid of anything from here, actually, to be honest with you. Oh my god, this is so old. This is a NYX lip liner. I have a lip liner that I use every day by RMK, and it's not this one. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this. I don't even know how many years I've been holding on to this. Okay, these are difficult. These are the MAC Stack mascaras that kind of went viral on social media a couple months ago. These were very atrocious on me. This formula does not agree whatsoever with my itty bitty Asian lashes that shoot straight down, you know, like, yeah, no matter what I did, it was kind of a mess working with these. Plus the formula smudges because it's not like a tubing mascara. See, I need to stick with what works for me and my Asian itty bitty lashes, okay? Which is tubing mascaras in the Japanese drugstore. They do just fine. But this design is so nice though. That's the thing that trips me up. And I have the boxes too. Of course I have the boxes because you know I have a problem hoarding makeup packaging. See, I kept these because I was gonna do a video on these at one point and I just never got around with it. It's like a fun retro drugstore looking box. And the brush on these is really cool, although I felt kind of duped because I really thought that it was gonna be these colors like the hot pink and the white, but it's not. It's just black. Okay, you know what? Let me hold on to these for just a little bit more. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm failing at this declutter, but I can't bring myself to let go of these yet. The design is just too pretty, okay? It reminds me of like some futuristic architecture and I just can't let it go. Okay, but you know what? I am going to get rid of these boxes. Let's deconstruct them right now because I'm definitely not selling these on Mercari. Mascara is like kind of where I draw the line. Just way too unsanitary. So I'm gonna put all the cardboard packaging in a paper bag for recyclable collection, which I think is scheduled to start again on the 4th after the Japanese New Year holiday. We got rid of some boxes, and then I'm also gonna get rid of these. These are the boxes for the MAC Honor of Kings lipsticks, which I have here. I actually just sold one of my palettes from that collection. It was like the blue one with a bluish gray color story. I was just not feeling it at all. Such a boring ashy color story. See, this is the thing, like, because in that case I held on to the box for the eyeshadow palette and it did end up coming in handy when I eventually sold the palette. Granted, it's been years since I first purchased it, but anyway, so from the Honor of Kings collection, I only have like the orange palette and then these lipsticks, which I don't think, you know what, I do have a soft spot in my heart for MAC lipsticks, although they are not without, this formula is not without its imperfections, but I don't see myself selling these or getting rid of these anytime soon because I do love the packaging. Aesthetically speaking, I think the Honor of Kings collection is like the best that MAC has come out with. So yeah, we're gonna get rid of these. They're so cool though. See, it mimics like the circuitry of the inside of a computer. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna get rid of these because they're starting to smell funky. The Rom and glitters. Yeah, that smells weird. I got decent use out of these, right? You can see they're like, this rose gold one is almost all the way done, and then this one is like halfway done. Peri Para also halfway done, right? And it smells kind of weird. This one doesn't smell that bad, so maybe I'll keep this one, but I'm gonna get rid of the Rom and glitters. And these are not as hard for me to let go of because, to be honest, I'm always happy for an excuse to buy new glitters. Another lipstick case. You know what, I'm not off to a great start, but we're gonna pick up steam when I get to my eyeshadow palettes, okay? Don't you worry. These are from last year, RMK Gloss Trio. These two are really nice. I actually got a lot of use out of these. Let me see if they... Yeah, see, it's fine. There's no weird smell, so I'm gonna keep these. Maybe I can actually empty these at some point. Oh, and I forgot about this. This is the Lethal Cosmetics X-Ray Lip Gloss. Forget the actual name of the formula. I really like this as well. This has a nice minty smell to it, and I just have a fetish for blue lip glosses overall, so I'm keeping this. And then I have these three, which are not lip glosses. These are their liquid eyeshadows, which again, I forget the official name. These are actually quite underwhelming, to be perfectly honest with you. They look very pretty in the tube, but once you swatch it, it's very, very like sheer and basic. Am I wrong about these? Okay, yeah, no, see, because it looks very nice when you swatch it, but when you like blend it out, it just becomes like a thin, glittery mess, and there's like nothing really special about it. I'm gonna set these to the side because I feel like I barely even swatch these. I have a friend in mind who I can pass these on to. So we're gonna set those aside in a different pile. I'm just gonna put them on my desk behind the camera here. And this is from Keep in Touch. I think it's like a plumping lip gloss. This kind of hurt my lips. It's in the shade Sangria. And yeah, I thought this was kind of painful. I don't know. And it feels nice. It's not too sticky, but I've never been like the plumping lip gloss girl. So, but I don't really have that many red lip glosses. Okay, I'll keep this one. I gave away a lot of the other Keep in Touch glosses. This was from back when I won a giveaway from Judy. She sent me like a bunch of these Keep in Touch lip products in several different formulas, and I've kept the ones that I gravitate towards the most shade-wise, and I gifted away the rest. Like there were some purples and stuff in there that I can't see myself wearing, but I gave them away to people for Christmas and stuff. Alright, now we're finally getting into the juicy part, okay? This is the first stack of big palettes that I have. Judy's Red Dragon collaboration with Odin's Eye. Never getting rid of this, of course. 3CE. This is the Creative Filter palette. You know what? I still think this is a gorgeous palette. I only used it like twice, and strangely enough, I don't find myself really reaching for it that often, but every time I look at it, I think like, wow, that's gorgeous. I should use it. But I don't know, I guess I'm just not feeling these colors at the very moment. Right now, I'm really into experimenting with colorful looks, and I'm especially a big fan of jewel tones. I'm sure in the future, you know, I'll come around to liking these colors again, this more cool toned situation here. But yeah, at the moment I am kind of being neglectful of this palette, but it's not because of the quality or anything like that. Hold up, I do actually, let me see. I know I definitely kept the box for this. Here it is. You see how it's like part of the experience, right? Like, you can't deny that this is a very nice presentation overall, and it is only complete because of the box. You know what? I'm keeping this box because I feel like, I know I'm like contradicting myself because I literally just said a couple minutes ago that I'm gonna stop thinking in this way, that I might sell things in the future, and that's why I need to hold on to boxes. But I don't know, like for this one, I feel like there might be a slight possibility that I might sell this on Mercari in the future. I know. I wasn't supposed to say that out loud, and it's not because I don't like the palette, but I just have a feeling like maybe if I don't reach for it, if it gets ignored for like another month or something, I might have to go that route. So anyway, we're just gonna keep this as a set for now. Okay, ColourPop and Muppets. See, again, the box is part of the presentation, you know, because it's like the curtains. It's not like, there's a lot of other ColourPop palettes that have the exact same design on the box as on the actual palette. Like, for example, the BT21 palette, which I also have the box for, but do you see how this one is exactly the same? So yeah, I think we can get rid of this one, because I'm not going to sell this palette. I really do enjoy this Bon Voyage palette, especially the fact that they added more Korean makeup style pressed glitters in this palette. I thought this was just a very well thought out, well executed palette on ColourPop's part, and yeah, I definitely have, I don't reach for this that often, but there's definitely like a few shades in here that my eye immediately goes to, like this periwinkle blue and this pink, and then even like this gray down here. That could be a look right there. So I'm gonna keep the palette and then get rid of the box. It hurts though. Oh my god, you guys. You guys, look, I even have the plastic insert. Okay, maybe I'll keep this. But no, you know what? Why though? I don't need this, okay? The idea is to actually get use out of my palettes, okay? Not treat them like museum artifacts that need to be dusted and can't be handled intimately. That's not the point of makeup, right? So, it hurts though. Oh my god, it hurts. Let me mull over these two for a moment. Okay, in the meantime, let's go through the rest of these palettes. So I am decluttering this Norns palette by Odin's Eye. It's one of their earlier palettes. I actually just listed it on Mercari. It's really beautiful, but I just feel like I don't know, there's like a lot of hard pan going on. I don't know if it's because of because this is an earlier formula, or if because I did buy this on sale, so I don't know if the palette itself is just old, but I am definitely letting this go. And you see, this is why, you know, the sleeve, it comes in handy. This is what enables me to recoup the most value from any given palette. If I have all the parts, then naturally people are willing to pay more for it. Solmane 2 palette I am definitely keeping. Okay, I literally had to go take like a couple hours long break. I ordered some food on Uber Eats, and yeah, I had to like eat a snack and calm down because I could feel myself, and I'm sure you guys were seeing it too, I could feel myself spiraling a little bit, like not being able to, you know, let anything go, not wanting to let any of the cardboard sleeves or boxes go. I got a grip, I cleared my head a little bit, and I reminded myself of a couple of things, okay? I was like, you know what is more important to you? Is it the peace and tranquility of having a decluttered, you know, streamlined makeup collection where you can literally just, any palette that you want to use any day, you can just reach for it, open it, and then boom, you're able to use it. You don't have to deal with like sliding or taking it out of any box and then like removing even the plastic inserts. I really don't think these are necessary. So look, I'm even gonna get rid of this. This is the Merry Christmas palette by Odin's Eye, right? I don't need a plastic insert because like for what, okay? The eyeshadow is gonna fly around regardless, you know, and even if it gets on like the top of the palette, I can just wipe that down, right? This doesn't really serve a purpose for me. This is actually really funny. I forgot that I was keeping the sleeves of all my Odin's Eye palettes in this Odin's Eye box, because like I can't even throw this box away. Look at how pretty that design is though. You have to admit that's kind of unique. Look at this. I mean, I can't throw this box away because this design is so cute, but I might have to. I might have to. Because what's more important? A clean, decluttered makeup collection, or holding on to these? Like for what? You know, for some lofty ideal in my head that I'm supposed to have these together with the palettes as like a complete set, because I think that's the right way of doing things, keeping all of the packaging. You know, there's actually no right way. The right way is the way that is functional for you, right? It's the way that will enhance your life. I feel like for these, especially like the Solmane 2, okay, Merry Christmas palette, Christmas Eve palette, the sleeves are literally just carbon copies of the design on the actual palette. Like look, there's nothing printed on the sleeve that is not also copied onto the palette. Okay, never mind. I guess there's like a very detailed ingredients list here, but I never look at this anyway, let's be real. So I mean, otherwise they have, look, everything is exactly the same, right? Like the name of the shades, Odin's Eye logo, lot number, cruelty free symbol. So as much as it hurts, I gotta get rid of these, you know? It's just like pulling a band-aid off. It will hurt in the moment, but I'm gonna benefit from it in the long run. Imagine if every single time I want to use one of these palettes and I have to spend like 10 seconds, 20 seconds of my life fiddling with the sleeve, like getting it in and out of the sleeve. Do you know how much of my life would just be wasted like fumbling around with unnecessary packaging if I insisted on keeping these sleeves? You know, it really makes no sense. I was watching a TED Talk the other day. I think it was called like how to do laundry when you're depressed or something. It was an older talk. You can go search for it if you're interested. How to do laundry when you're depressed. And obviously you don't have to be depressed to get value from the video. Basically, it was a woman talking about how like when you're overwhelmed to the point where basic mundane tasks and chores seem like too much, they seem like they can be insurmountable sometimes, right? If you're dealing with like depression or just general overwhelm. Her basic overall message in that video, which I really loved, was that you don't have to like free yourself from the idea that there is a correct way or a proper way to do things. Just figure out what you have to do to make things work for you, right? To make your life smooth. So like for example, if you have a toddler and you're doing laundry for the clothes for that baby, if you think about it, you don't really need to fold baby clothes, right? Because the nature of having a toddler, you're probably going to change them several times within a day anyway, and then most of the things that they wear, it's going to be like onesies. It's going to be fabric that doesn't like wrinkle easily anyway, because that's how most baby clothes are. And if you really think about it, like nobody is going to judge a toddler for having wrinkly clothes on, right? Like no adult in their right mind would be judgmental about something like that. So basically, like even though you have this idea in your head that, oh, you should there's a correct way to do laundry, there's a correct way to dry it and then fold it and store it. You actually don't have to adhere to that. Like if it's easier for you to throw all of your toddler's clothes into a bin and then just pull the items out as you need them, then just do that, you know? And then you completely eliminate the need to have to fold your child's clothes, which you realize that it was never a need, it was never a requirement in the first place. It was just an idea that like the rest of society pushes, but if it doesn't work for you, then you don't have to accept it. Yeah, there's a better way to say it, I'm sure, but that's my little impromptu summary of what I got from that talk. And so I'm applying the same idea to my makeup. I know that it's just makeup, it's not that deep, but it is because it's part of my life. Like whether it's something fun and frivolous like makeup or something more serious like keeping track of my bills, I want to streamline things to make my life as easy and efficient as possible. It serves no purpose for me to hold on to all of this packaging, because even if I was the kind of person that was organized to the point where I could, like, I put everything back into its original packaging after I'm done using it, how much time does that waste when you compound it over months and years, you know? It doesn't make any sense. You know what? I blame Odin's Eye, especially for this box. Like, what business do they have making the literal box that the makeup comes in so cute? I almost wish that they would just use regular uglier boxes to actually ship the makeup in. Like that would make my life so much easier. That's what happened with the Pat McGrath palette. It came in like this really huge clunky black cardboard box, and so actually that was a blessing to me, because therefore I had no qualms whatsoever about throwing out that box, as I should, right? Like you should be throwing away your boxes. I mean, sometimes, like, okay, I do send packages to people, so it's not completely nonsensical for me to save some of these boxes. But yeah, I just feel like if you think about it, it would really make my life easier if some of these brands would just like use plain ugly packaging. Like make the actual product or the makeup item beautiful and well designed, but the packaging, the outside packaging that just transports it from the warehouse to my house, if the companies could just make those as generic and ugly as possible, I truly think it would make my life so much easier. But anyway, the point of all of that was that I was able to kind of talk myself off the ledge and get back into my senses. So I'm gonna get rid of these sleeves. Likewise with the Pat McGrath Mothership Mega palette. This one again is exactly the same as the palette itself, and I love this enough that I know I'm not gonna be selling it anytime soon. Okay, I do feel good about getting rid of these. I'm gonna put these all in a shopping bag so that when the time comes for the recyclables to be collected for the first time in 2023, these will be the first things that I put out on my doorstep. Back to the palettes. I'm keeping Odin's Eye Christmas Eve and Merry Christmas palettes, obviously. The ColourPop Harry Potter palette. Beautiful, stunning packaging, beautiful execution. I'm actually gonna say something shocking though. I think I'm gonna sell this. Yeah, because the thing is, I just, like, this is a beautiful palette. The formula and the quality of the eyeshadows is great. Okay, it's up to par with most of ColourPop's IP collaborations. The thing is though, I'm just not into this foresty color story. Like, I'm not a foresty, grungy eyeshadow type of person. I'm much more into either like terracottas and pinks for my neutral days, and then jewel tones for the days that I'm experimenting with color. Yeah, I typically don't go for like foresty, I don't know, what would you call this, like dark academia type of color stories like this. So although it is a beautiful palette, okay, both in terms of the eyeshadows themselves and the design, I feel like I might as well just offload it while I'm ahead. I do feel like I can recoup quite a bit on this just because Harry Potter is very, very popular here in Japan. So I'm gonna list it high. I'm gonna do maybe like 4,000 yen, and I'll see if anyone bites. That way I won't feel any regrets about letting this go if I can get a really fair price for it. Pat McGrath Celestial Nirvana, I am keeping this. Okay, this palette, the XX Revolution and Matrix collaboration, I am not a fan of XX Revolution or Makeup Revolution, whatever 5,000 different brand names that they have. I just don't like the formula, and I'm gonna try to sell this, but if I can't get like at least 1,500 yen for it, I might just chuck it. Yeah, I can't really see anyone in Japan on Japanese Mercari being too interested in this, so this one we're gonna let go. This is Vani Cosmetics Pressed Glitters. I do want to revisit these in a future video. I kind of have a similar like commentary slash complaint, not complaint really, but like a critique that I have of both these and the Cleonad Dragon Fruit eyeshadows, which I depotted into this palette because the original packaging was just so cheap and atrocious. Yeah, so these we're gonna keep. Really beautiful formulas, but not quite perfect in terms of the wearing experience. We won't get into that today though. So these two are obviously brand new items. I have not even swatched or tested them at all yet. It's the Manifest This Pressed Powder Palette Vault. I think there's six palettes in total. It's kind of like a new version of their classic monochromatic palettes. Excited for that. And then I also have the Feels Like Magic Super Shock Shadow Vault, and I got both of these during their Black Friday sale. I'm very excited about these. Like, I don't regret this purchase at all, even if it's not if it doesn't have enough interest in it for me to do a full review. Personally, for me, this collection, everything in it really resonated with me. Like the color story and the whole manifestation concept, it is right up my alley. So I'm excited to play with this sometime in the future. Maybe I'll just do like a shorts video swatching everything. Yeah, let me know if you guys want to see me review this in detail. Okay, while I'm on a roll, while I'm actually making some progress in this department, let me get rid of as many cardboard boxes as I can. So these are the fruit lighter highlighter boxes from the Cleonad Dragon Fruit collection. Muppets Colourpop palette, as cute as this is with the curtains. I'm not that attached to the Muppets, so that can go. And then look at this. This is probably the most ridiculous. Look, I literally have an entire like bags on bags of just boxes alone. These are probably the most ridiculous, the Somane 2 blush and highlighter boxes. Like, what am I doing with these? Am I planning to sell all of these individually on Mercari in the future? Like, why am I holding on to these? Okay, I'm gonna keep one of each just for reference. So I'll just keep one set, and then I'm gonna get rid of the rest. And these are not as painful to get rid of because the quality is not quite as good as the eyeshadow palette sleeves. Look, there's like cardboard inserts too. The amount of space that this alone takes up. Now see, I didn't have to necessarily collapse every single box down like this. I could have just thrown it into the regular trash, but you know, it's so much more therapeutic this way. And now I get to feel good about having all this material properly recycled. Sheepy Sheepy eyeshadow quad box. This has to go as well. So basically this declutter video has devolved into a packaging deconstruction video. This is the Soul Shimmering Body Powder in Skinny Dipping from the what's it called? Opal of My Eye, I think it was. Colourpop collection. I have been struggling with what to do with this body powder for so long because I think it's just the most beautiful product ever. It's like peachy and shimmery. I just don't like this weird pungent vanilla smell. It's not like completely unbearable to me. That's why I'm conflicted on whether or not I should get rid of this. I can definitely throw away the plastic insert, okay? And you know what? I'm just gonna hold on to this for now. This is a little bit early to say, but I think I am planning a trip to Egypt with my mom sometime probably within the first half of this year. For some reason, I just imagine myself using this in Egypt, okay? Whether that will actually happen in reality, who is to say, but listen, it's about the fantasy of it all sometimes. But I'm getting rid of the box, that's for sure. Another Sheepy Sheepy box. This is honestly very therapeutic. It's almost like I can get my pent-up aggression out from deconstructing these boxes. Okay, this is for the Patrick Ta contour brush. I bought this so long ago. I think I got this in March when I was visiting the States. To be honest, like, I just can't be bothered with contour most of the time, but it is a decent brush. It's this brush, like very nice, innovative shape and design, very dense bristles. Definitely gonna hang on to it, but truth be told, I just don't use it that very often. Kate Yoku collection boxes. I'm sorry, but I do have to keep these because they're art, okay? Actually, no, because you know what? The palettes themselves, the palettes have the designs on them, okay? Granted, not exactly the same, but yeah, we're gonna get rid of these. It's just cardboard. The silver lining to all of this is that even on the off chance that I regret getting rid of any of these, the fact that I'm doing this video means that they're going to be immortalized on film anyway. But no, like, I have never regretted a single cardboard box that I've ever thrown out. It's just not a thing. I just need to keep reminding myself of this, okay, every time I slip back into like just my weird ass panic about wanting to keep every single accessory and trimming that comes with each product. This is the Shell Yeah Super Shock highlighter, which, oh my god, I actually threw away this palette. Yeah, this was like a Super Shock highlighter palette quad, and I threw out the quad because I didn't like the packaging. So why do I still have the box? Do you see the insanity? The ColourPop Zodiac palettes, I do want to keep these boxes just because they are very different from the actual quads. The quads themselves don't actually have any like design on them that really signify it being an astrology quad, you know? It just looks like this. It has the ColourPop logo, so I am gonna keep the boxes in this case. Play It Cool palette box. We're getting rid of this. Very underhyped, under the radar release, but very good, like mid-toned brown palette. Suku Signature Color Eyes box. This is what Meg got me for my birthday. And see, here's the thing, okay? Even though this is like exorbitantly expensive, it's probably the most expensive palette I have in my collection, aside from the Hello Kitty and Shuamura one. That one I remember was exactly 9,900 yen with tax, and I think this one is like 8,000 something. See, this is what I'm talking about though. The fact that they only have a plain black box for the packaging, it makes it easier for me to let go. And yeah, I'm never getting rid of this because Meg gave it to me, so therefore there is no need for me to have this box. The big boy, okay? I need a big... Absolutely nothing on this cardboard box that is not already printed on the eyeshadow palette itself. I did not anticipate this video to turn into like a full-blown therapy session for myself, but here we are. Alright, so if I got rid of the big one, that means I can get rid of the little one as well. Here's the thing though, I am keeping the Super Shock eyeshadow boxes just because they are all very different and unique. They have like the different characters on them, almost like trading cards, and also because like the Super Shock shadow compacts themselves are just so plain in comparison. It just feels like, you know, it defeats the purpose of this being a special collab almost. So that is my justification for keeping the Super Shock boxes. Oh my god, the Jaclyn Cosmetics Strawberry Fields palette. Do you know, I have not touched this since like the day I got the palette. It's a good formula, I enjoy it, but I just have so many other products that I prioritize over this one, but I do really like this palette. I'm gonna give myself this one because I am Strawberry Loli, so it only makes sense that I keep the set. And then this one, this was for the Year of the Tiger, the Light cheek palette, Color Envy cheek palette. The box is actually kind of boring, huh, in comparison with the palette, because this doesn't even have like a tiger motif on it. My cousin got this for me though, so it's kind of special because she went to great lengths to locate this for me. My cousin lives in Beijing right now, and this was not available in Japan. Okay, you know what? I'm going to get rid of this because it's actually underwhelming compared to the actual palette. Like, look at that. I wonder if they're coming out with anything for Year of the Rabbit. I'm not like as keen on the rabbit as I am on the tiger. I mean, I like rabbits as animals, but as far as the Chinese zodiac goes, I'm not sure that I'm really vibing with a lot of the rabbit designs lately. Okay, that was not too bad. Like, look at this entire bag full of boxes that I got rid of. I did not get rid of every single box, which would have been ideal, but I got rid of a good like 80%, which I think is a pretty good success rate considering that I had a death grip on all of them up until now for God knows what reason. The fact that I'm able to finally let go is promising. Wait, hold up. I found another Muppets box. I already reviewed the Muppets, so even though these are also pretty cute, I already reviewed it, so I don't need it. And then this like random RMK Rosewood Daydream eyeshadow quad box that I've had forever, literally forever. Don't foresee myself selling those palettes. Okay, wow, I have literally been at this for hours, like 4 or 5 hours. I can't believe that I actually thought I was gonna get through my entire collection in one video. So I am gonna split this into 2 parts, I've decided, but hey, that just means double your pleasure, double your fun. I really like this type of a more casual video sometimes. I feel like I'm just chilling with my girls, you know, on a Saturday night. Okay, so I think we made pretty good progress today. So we're keeping these palettes. Don't mind the setup. Okay, this is just temporary. I do need to like eventually figure out a more permanent type of storage solution for all of my makeup, but for now we just got to make do with the space that I have. So yeah, these boxes are okay. And the lip products, this is the throwaway pile. Definitely not as many items as I had hoped, but I still have a lot of things to get through. And of course, who can forget all of the packaging that I finally am able to let go of. It feels like I'm taking the training wheels off of a bike or something. So freeing. This bag is kind of creepy. This is from like a French toast place that I order from on Uber Eats sometimes, and they always use this bag. I don't know what is up with this, but yeah, these symbols in the background, not feeling it. And that is why we are putting this entire thing out on the curb to recycle, okay? Come next week. But yeah, so this was like low-key the real theme of this entire video, I guess, is not a declutter of my actual makeup, but a declutter of cardboard boxes. Right. And this is the sell or give away pile so far. Like I said, I do still definitely have other palettes mostly, but just other items in general that I'm planning to mostly give away. Some of them I'll have to just toss, but yeah, anyway, we will continue this another day in part 2. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!